Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our webinar today. Today, we're going to talk about in-service non-hardship withdrawals with the Coach Dave Pimper. Obviously, the goal here is to get you just some really quick, hard-hitting information that can help you grow your business. And today, of course, very great subject that we've got going in queue here with the non-hardship withdrawal. So a really great source of funds. Our presenter today is Dave Pimper, as he always is for the 2020 sales focus. He's going to spend some time getting, of course, very experienced producer himself. So producer to producer example of a great way to get in front of more people regarding more funds. So without any further delay, let's get right to it with the coach, Dave.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can. I think you might have been just
I
muted there
can.
for a second. So I
Yeah, I
let everybody
apologize.
know.
I had a little bit of internet problems also, so I just
Uh,
got on. So
okay, good. Well, good. Thank you for doing that. So I gave you a quick introduction and I let everybody know that we're
okay,
going to dive right into in-service non-hardship
wonderful.
withdrawals.
Okay, wonderful. Hey, I appreciate you waiting a little bit, you guys and gals. My name is Dave Pimper. I'm a production coach, and I'm in production since 1981, 41 years, going on 42 years. Love what I do, still full time, and about 20% of my day is spent coaching, like I'm doing right now. I do everything through IAMS, which is the FMO that Steve Murray is CEO president of, and was just giving you a little bit of insight. Those are called 2020 Sales Focus, and those are quick hitters. So those are 10-minute webinars to help you with your sales process. I work a lot with the pre-retired and just retired, so I do a lot of more conservative portfolios. I do a lot of Social Security presentations and advice with people. I do a lot of I do have guaranteed strategies that I do from fixed index fixed standpoint. We work with Medicare shops, so it's all around that pre-retired or just retired. And there's something called an in-service non-hardship withdrawal. If you don't know what that is, you need to, because that's when you become the age of 59 and a half. You still work for the company, meaning the 401k, the 403b, the 457 government. Could be through a savings plan, government. And what happens is you're able to take money out of those plans, roll it over into an IRA, like to a fixed indexed annuity, and then you can still go in, and those people, doesn't affect their working relationship. You can take all or part of that money. So let's go in and kind of dive in for the next 5-6 slides and really kind of see how in-service non-hardship withdrawals work. If you have any questions, just type them on in. So listen to the definition. A withdrawal made from a qualified plan, so that's talking about 401ks, etc., before the holder experiences a triggering event. That is before there's they leave employed, they're fired, they're disabled, there's death. That's a triggering event, such as reaching a certain age, 59 and a half, or leaving the employer. That's normally when you can take your funds. Sure, you can take it earlier. The in-service withdrawal distribution option allows certain plan participants to receive some or all the retirement assets while they're still employed, usually at age 59 and a half or older. That's the Webster's definition of an in-service plan. So here's what you got to kind of think about, the 5 thoughts. And this is the 5 thoughts, the 5 rules. 59 and a half comes into play. If you're earlier than that, almost always, unless it's a government plan, sometimes with federal government FERS and so forth, they can do it at 55. We're talking about the working world out there, 59 and a half. What assets are available? Most of the times, all of them are. But it has to be vested first, usually 3 to 5 years or longer to work there, which all of my people have been, and most of yours will too, or all of yours. Sometimes it's just the money you put in, it's not the match. I've had that happen before. If there's loans against it, a lot of times you can't take out. If there's a 50 grand loan, you have to keep 50,000 of reserve in there, or even more, to pay for that loan upon the liquidation of the plan. If you took it out directly, there'd be a 20% withholding tax. We're not. We're transferring it over, rolling it over from the 401k into the IRA. If the beneficiary isn't 100% the spouse, there might need to be spousal consent. Loans paid first, tax-free rollover, but it's in a tax-deferred account just like it was before, unless it's in a Roth account. Well, then it would go tax-free to tax-free. Why do it? I mean, well, there's no doubt we control that money. We get paid a commission, a fee, or a fee to roll that money over. It's how we make a living. Hopefully, we can show them something better with more options they're in right now. Lots of times, the guarantee in a 401k is abysmal. I mean, it's bad. Another option or choice for clients that they didn't have before. Most clients will have no idea that they have that available. No idea whatsoever. And now you let them know that they have it. So why do companies even offer this? Well, they want to stay competitive. Let's say they hire a senior exec and he's 58 years old. He's got $3 million in his 401k. Well, he knows if there's not an in-service plan, there's no way to get money unless get a loan against it. There's no way to get to that money if he needs it. But an in-service plan, he can roll it over to an IRA. That's one reason. Phased retirement. So people working much more reduced hours, but they want to stay there, but they need to grab their 401k. They make it available to them. And I'll tell you what, for your liability. And I'll give you an example. I mean, I read about a suit. There was, when the market was just screaming down in 2007, 8, 9, there was, besides money market, there was no good conservative options. There's no guaranteed options, no conservative options. And the employee sued the employer and won. Now, what happened was they didn't have in-service plans. So, the big plans, because your money's grown for so long, is usually 59 and a half or over. And if that guy, which he was 59 and a half or over, he's like 64, he lost a bunch of money because it wasn't conservative enough or guaranteed. Well, once you have an in-service plan, it's like, hey, they'll never tell you beforehand, but they said, hey, you have the option. You could have took your money out and gone anywhere you want to. You didn't exercise that option. It's certainly not our fault. But the company will hardly ever go in and let you know about the option because they do not want you to move that money out. If there's any questions, certainly just type them in, and I'll be more than happy to answer those for you, okay? So how do you find the money? Well, you got to get their statement. Get their physical statement. And on there, the custodian's going to be, some of the big boys are Fidelity, Vanguard, American Funds, Mass Mutual. Those are T. Rowe Price. Those are the big boys out there, Mutual of Omaha. Those are big 401k custodians. And their phone number's on there. Don't call the company. They're going to be slow, not going to get back, not going to tell you. Custodians will tell you every time. You just ask them if they had an in-service option or a 59.5 real option. See it, make sure they'll do partials or transfers. Find out if it's what the vesting on it is. Find out if they take your money or the company match, if they can take that too. Yeah, I mean, all we want to do is we want to make their portfolio better. That's the whole option of this. It's a direct rollover. Don't take the money out. That'd be taxable. Or you have 60 days to roll it over. You can do one of those with all of your IRAs within in a year's time, 365 days. But it's a tax-free exchange. It goes over now. It's tax deferral once it gets there. I kind of harped on many more options, which brings up the fixed indexed option, which I use a lot. RMDs are at 72. They may go up to 73 next year. We'll see if the Secure Act 2.0 goes through. People want control of their money. Look how old I look. It's because I'm 67. I am old. I've done 555 public workshops. 554 public workshops right now. I started in business 41 years ago. It's a long time. I'm in full production. Day to day, I'm pounding the pavement just like you are. And from a coaching standpoint, I try to make a complicated subject easier to understand. If you, and I do a lot of one-on-one coaching, seminar coaching, in service. If you want, I charge $200 per session. If you say, just coach me up on, actually, I have an in-service. With in-service, it's actually 2 sessions with in-service. So for $400, you can really learn the ins and outs. But I do a lot of sales process coaching. That's 3 sessions. If you want to, if you're newer in the business and really want to know about fixed indexed annuities, I have a 3-session fixed indexed annuity. I coach up on 4 sessions for $800 on Social Security, just retirement planning in general. If you come in and say, I do really well until the close, we have 1 session on just helping on the close. I'm a coach. I'm a production coach. I love sales. I have more sales book. I mean, the book I'm reading right now, it's an old classic. It's The Success System That Never Fails by Clement Stone. And if you know who Clement Stone was, he was the inventor of PMA, positive mental attitude. Yeah, I love books like that. I love it. And he was president and started combined insurance. Remember the policies, the door knockers, they were little accident policies. Yeah, just a great read. Well, I'll tell you right now, my goal is to coach you, help you to be better in production, better in sales. So if you have any questions on that, certainly put them on up. And as we're finishing, I'll go to this. I think it's my last slide. If I can get it, Steve, can you maybe assist me here? There we go. Yeah. I mean, I always say there's a lot to think about, but employer plans. I work with the pre-retired and just retired because that is who has the money, no doubt about it. So you go to, here, we can go to the next slide. I think I did it there. Yeah. There's no saying procrastination is my sin. It brings me constant sorrow. I really shouldn't practice it. Perhaps I'll stop. It never happened. I had a man cave in my downstairs, and my wife bought me this sign from Okoboji, which is called the Great Lakes of Iowa. It says free beer tomorrow, where there is no tomorrow. Have you heard something today that you said, I should really learn more about in-service plans? Absolutely, Mark, yes. I'd like to get my marketing more productive. I like to get in front of more people. Once I get in front of people, I want that sales part of my presentation, I want it to get better. Every good athlete, every professional athlete has a coach. Every professional actor has a coach. We're in professional sales. The people that I know who are coaching are normally the highest producers. And Steve, you probably know that's the case also. Some of the biggest producers with IAMS, they have coaches, don't they?
They certainly do. And you're never too good to coach.
That's right. That's right. Why does it say Roth conversion, Steve?
Because nobody coached me on how to change the poll. So
So this isn't Roth conversions. So we also have a 2020. I mean, if you want information on Roth conversions, we will do it. But yeah, just mark yes. If you want more information on in-service plans, marketing in general, seminars, retirement boss radio, being your own radio host, sales process coaching, just how to make more money. That's what I do with people day in and day out. I've coached for over 35 years. I've been in the business for over 40 years. I like what I do. Otherwise, I'd be retired right now. But I enjoy what I do. I've had a lot of appointments today so far, and I still got one left. I was supposed to have two, but one rescheduled. So I have one more appointment today. But if you've got questions, if you'd like to talk to me, if you're in a bit of a lull, you don't want to mark yes probably if you've got as much business as you need. And there are some people like that. They just don't want any more business. Then you probably are here just for the educational of it. But if you'd like to have more appointments, you'd like to have better appointments, better sales appointments, absolutely mark yes on that. Steve, I'll hand this over. I know we have at least two questions because I can see them, but why don't you go through the questions and then we'll be done for the day.
So question number one is, how do you track down carriers or companies, that offer non-hardship withdrawals?
Yeah. That comes up now and then, doesn't it, Steve?
Yeah, all the
people
time.
Ask that.
Yep.
Well, there's a place called Judy Diamond. There's 3 or 4 out there. She's pretty well known, or she was well known. But I'll tell you, in today's day and time, if it's a big company, if it's an IBM or a UP Railroad, ConAgra, Hormel, those are local. But if it's a bigger company, there's an 80% chance they'll have a in-service plan. If it's a mid-sized company, about 60%. If it's a small company, under 50%. I think before it's all said and done, almost every company will, because it keeps the liability off of them. So you don't need to go. You don't, unless you can. If you go, say, Judy Diamond, and you found out of the plans, say it's I'm making this all up, but say it's Merck. So you could call every Merck employee and say, hey, did you know that you can get monies out and roll over from your 401k? You could do that, but because you cannot cold call legally. We used to do that, Steve, and those good old days when you could cold call. Well, you can only cold call if there's a specific list. Yeah, cold calling, it's just completely. It's just looked frowned on, and I probably see every other week someone being fined, from the security side. I'm sure that is the same way with the insurance side for making unwarranted calls. So I would say your best bet is to ask the people who you're in front of and find out the companies, and then just call the custodian and see if they have it.
I should mention too, it came up on our sales meeting this morning. We have a process whereby if you know a company and there've been a couple of major companies that have announced layoffs. One was Meta, Facebook, and the other one was,
Oh yeah.
who was the other one? Google, maybe?
No, Meta. No. Meta isn't Facebook. Meta is Amazon. So it's Meta and then Facebook. Those two are the ones that isn't that right? Meta is Amazon, isn't it?
No, Meta is.
No, it's Meta Facebook.
Zuckerberg or whatever.
Then it was Facebook.
Meta.
Then it was Facebook. That did it.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Is it Amazon?
Yeah.
Anyway, so this
No,
morning.
Amazon did. Yeah, they did also. Yeah. Yep.
And there's a way to target. If you know a company in your area that is doing some layoffs, we can do a little advertising for you. They call it geofencing, and you can advertise around there. People that frequent an area, you can advertise to them, hey, recently experienced a layoff, and questions on how to handle your 401k, questions on how to handle your financials, things like that. We can do that type of advertising for you. So the question that's here is, how do you prospect for that? It's not, I don't know. I mean, besides something like that, how else would you prospect for non-hardship withdrawals? I know you're kind of proactive with your radio show, and I know you always mention it during your seminars, but if you just said, hey, I want to prospect for people, you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I've done that geofencing before years ago, and it does work. And we geofenced around a company called Valmont. It's a
irrigation.
What I want to say, irrigation and light pole. That's the word. Light pole company. Steve, wait till you get my age, you forget light pole. That's bad. Yeah, but light pole company, and it's a mid-sized public company, and we actually mailed we did Facebook marketing just in the area. Then we did a geofencing, and it did it through. I mean, I don't know what kind of marketing that was, but it worked because we did. So it was a specific around Valmont and how they have an in-service plan, and I got some big clients from that. That worked very, very well. But there you do have to know the company. And we're rural, so if you're in a great big metropolitan city, maybe you could. I mean, but there's ways to do it, but it was very successful for us. We did it several times.
Good. Well, those are the only couple of questions that we have here. Well, let me see if another one's come up. We've been chatting. I don't think so. Nope. So those are the only questions. I would say this about if you're still on the fence as to whether or not you want to answer yes to that poll, always going to get a good nugget of information from Dave. It's really a kindness of his that he is willing to take some time with producers and talk about. I think Dave, you just enjoy it, and so talking to producers and you learn a little bit from them, and hopefully they learn a lot from you.
Yep.
And then you might run into an idea or explore an idea. There's all kinds of things, all kinds of ways to meet people. Maybe not just around non-hardship withdrawals, but meet people around helping them plan for retirement. We're doing something right now with a movie showing. We do seminars. We do Social Security seminars. Dave does radio. There's mailings that you can do. There's appointment setting programs, and I don't mean lead programs, but appointment setting programs and things like that. So there's a lot of ways, and a conversation with Dave is a great first step to looking into some of those and seeing if maybe it could make sense for you. We'd love to talk to you as well. Either way, our number is 800-255-5055. If you didn't answer to that poll, maybe put no and you change your mind, just give us a call. We'll put you in touch with Dave. We've got Brady here. He can look at Dave's calendar and get you set right up. So good opportunity for you. Yeah. Anything you want to add as we close up here today, Dave?
No, just remember this. People who are successful in this business, I may have said that I'm reading this book by Clement Stone, A Success System That Never Fails. And they talked about process and how when Clement Stone was going from door to door, business, selling this little accident policy. I think it's probably $5 or $10 or something like that. It was just way back in the 20s or even in the teens. But what happens is he was talking about he had a process. And I'm very much of a process type of sales and process type of marketer. But when it comes to in-service non-hardship, That's where the money is, and you should have a process to go in, how you ask for that, how you prospect for that. So when you call me, I like to put you on a process. Is it fail safe? No, because any kind of marketing cannot work out, but what we're doing is pretty tried and proven. So I'd love to talk with you, and certainly give me a call. Hey, and by the way, Steve, you call me on my cell phone when we're done. See, I got that little pitch in there too. No, thank you very much for attending the meeting today.
Perfect. Well, and you know, Dave, this is probably the worst time to be in this business. I mean, rates are up,
Oh
and
my,
markets.
my gosh,
We've been
I mean,
doing this
we
together
always
for
say
years and
it's
years.
a good time, but
Yeah.
this is a better time. The cap rates, I mean, when you can get a 10 or 12% upside on the S&P and zero, I mean, it's just wild, and that's why. And Steve, we're talking about this morning. Hope I'm not talking out of school, but that you just said how great IAMS is, just how much premium is coming in right now. But that shouldn't be a surprise, should it?
No, not right now. It shouldn't. I'd like to say it's because of something that we do here, or whatever. But a lot of it just has to do with the very, very core, basic, of the marketplace. And the marketplace has a lot of people there's a lot of people that are pre-retired and are retired. That's a big demographic, the baby boomer demographic. There's a lot of people that are concerned about what's happening in the market. There's a lot of people that are not used to seeing rates like this for many, many years, and now here they are. So whether you're looking for a 5% or 5.4% 5-year rate guarantee, or a 13% cap, or I mean, it's just
You're
a
right.
great opportunity right now. So whatever we can
Yeah.
do to help you,
Yeah.
obviously we can. And the more people you get in front of right now, the more business that you're going to do. That's always true, but I think you're going to get more than your share of business right now than what you've been able to get over the last 15 to 18 years with the current environment. So jump aboard, take advantage.
Yep.
Call us
Thank you,
here at
everybody.
the office.
We really appreciate. Give IAMS a call, and we will meet and hopefully give you some good insight.
Great stuff. Thanks, Dave. Give us a call at 800-255-5055. If you don't have our number already, there it is for you. Thank you for your business.
Thank you. Bye now.